Mic check, one, two, three. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're set to go for today's first of 13 qualifiers. The horses are on the gate. Off stride is number 3, One More Bet. And they're off and pacing. And from the outside, that's going to be Fabrizio, who is trying to push on out to the early lead. Down the middle of the track is War We for Laura. At the rail is Collusion Hanover. Then in behind, that'll be Resilience, who is followed by the Masked Crusader. To that one's outside is 4x4. And after the miscue before the start, One More Bet, though, will be right with them as they head into that first turn. So Fabrizio is up front here for J.R. Plant. And racing in second is War We for Laura as they come to the opening quarter. They were by that opening quarter in 29 and 4. So moving into the backstretch, and it's a 2-length advantage here for Fabrizio. War We for Laura is in second. 2 more lengths then to Collusion Hanover, who's being tailed by Resilience. Then we go back to the Masked Crusader, and as we check in with our final pair, it's going to be One More Bet, who scoots up the inside on 4x4 as they approach the half. It's still Fabrizio in control off a 29-4 opening split, up top here by a length and a half. They race past the midway point in 59-4. Fabrizio still there out in front of 32nd second quarter. In the deuce, War We for Laura. 3 lengths off the lead. Collusion Hanover spotted in third. Resilience at the inside in fourth. Then 4x4 on the outside. Has made up a couple of spots now. At the rails, the Masked Crusader. And the last one remains One More Bet. It'll be Fabrizio. He gets to call all the shots through the opening 3 panels. And in that pocket spot has been War We for Laura. They were by 3/4, and we will spin for home here in a second. And out of the deuce, here comes War We for Laura, looking to come right on around. And War We for Laura will challenge with Fabrizio. It's War We for Laura who strikes the front. Back in second, Fabrizio looking to come up the cones there, trying to make up a couple of spots. That was Collusion Hanover, but in the final 16th here, it is all War We for Laura off that perfect 2-hole ride. Collusion Hanover up the rail far outside. That's Resilience trying to nip Fabrizio at the wire. It was War We for Laura in 158-2. Getting set for qualifier number 2 now as the gate moves into position. We have a field of 6. We're on the trot here, 3-year-olds and up. Inside out, the 1 is Banks a Million. Billy Davis drives. 2 is Wells Fargo, Bob McClure. 3, JS, She's Real Special, Damian McClellan. The 4 is Influencer, driver's Trevor Henry. The 5 is Hellion, Jody Jameson. And the 6 is Philly Boo. The driver is J.R. Plont. Starting gate picking up speed. Here they come for qualifier number 2. Off and trotting, we have a break at the start there by number 3, JS She's Real Special. Meanwhile, getting away quickly will be Influencer, who moves on out to the early lead to contend with Hellion on the outside. Philly Boo is there as well. Right behind them is Wells Fargo. 2 lengths back to Banks a Million, and off stride continues to be JS She's Real Special. As they hit that first bend, Trevor Henry gets Influencer out to the top, as Hellion will drop down into the 2-hole in front of Wells Fargo third. Fourth then is Philly Boo. They race to the opening quarter, and they were by it in 32 and 1. So they were trotting into that headwind, and now we get a move up front, as looking to come around will be Hellion. So Hellion's going to overtake the top spot, and that'll put Influencer back into second. Wells Fargo's about 3.5 lengths back in third. 2 more lengths going back to Philly Boo in fourth. Fifth is Banks a Million, and then well back to the breaker, JS She's Real Special. So Hellion, this 3-year-old gelded son of Trixton, comes around out to the top. Off stride in fourth went Philly Boo. Philly Boo has made a miscue coming up to the half, which was hit in 101 and 4. So they stepped it up a bit there as they have the wind at their backs, and now they go into the far turn. Hellion is the leader, and Hellion's gone off stride on the lead, and then off stride as well went Wells Fargo. So we had multiple breakers there, and that has really changed things now, as Influencer essentially is left alone while Banks a Million is in a second. So as they head to 3/4 now, and the scramble was on up front there, and Influencer inherited that lead as they go by 3/4 in a time of 1:32 and 2. And to the top of the stretch now, we'll see if Influencer will close things out. The only other rival who has been able to remain trotting is Banks a Million, and Banks a Million is coming after Influencer. So these two will decide it, as it's about several lengths then back to Hellion in third, Wells Fargo into fourth, and the battle is on up front. Who's going to take it, Influencer or Banks a Million? Banks a Million on the outside, trying to get up there on even terms. Looking to hold on is Influencer. Influencer and Banks a Million. Influencer by a length. Banks a Million was second. The time was 2:05 and 2. Qualifier number 3 is our next contest today. Take out numbers 2, 3, and 4. So it'll be just a 3-horse field for this third qualifier. The 1 is Artie's Money. The driver is Billy Davis. Next up will be number 5, Charlie's Wish with Jody Jameson. And the 6 is Dark Twisted Balboa. And the driver will be Louis Waugh. Here they come for the third. And they're off and pacing, and it's going to be Charlie's Wish who will get the early advantage here. Just steps out in front of Artie's Money. Meanwhile, Dark Twisted Balboa takes back third. So that's how they set up shop as they pass us for the first time. The leader here is Charlie's Wish. In second, Artie's Money, and Dark Twisted Balboa is there in third. So Charlie's Wish, this 4-year-old, is in control coming to the opening quarter, which was recorded in a time of 30-2. Charlie's Wish and Jody Jameson to show the way. Artie's Money, an Australian invader, debuting here today for the first time on Canadian soil, is getting to follow the leader closely there in second. A 5-year-old daughter of Always Be Mickey. She rides in second, and then it's about 4 lengths going back to the 5-year-old gelding, Dark Twisted Balboa. Charlie's Wish, though, continues to chop it out and is by the half in a minute even. So the second quarter was in 29-3. And as they make their way onto the far turn, it's Charlie's Wish. Artie's Money, pretty close there in second. Chipping away at the gap there in third is Dark Twisted Balboa, who is tightening up there now. As this trio of pacers approach 3 quarters, Charlie's Wish shows the way. Artie's Money second, Dark Twisted Balboa in third. The 3-quarter time, 1:29-2. To the top of the stretch now. And we'll see if it's a gate-to-wire victory here for Charlie's Wish. Artie's Money still right in behind the leader. And then 2 lengths back to Dark Twisted Balboa. Into the final 1/8 of the mile. Nothing's changed just yet. Artie's Money will make a late bid up the rail. Charlie's Wish. Artie's Money coming up the inside. Artie's Money will get there. Charlie's Wish second. And Dark Twisted Balboa was third in 1:58-4. Today's fourth qualifier is up next, and we're on the trot. Take out the number 1, International Love. It'll be a field of 6. Starting with number 2, Nightingale. Tyler Borth drives. 3 is Royal Moon. James McDonald to steer. 4, Fleetwood Mac, Bob McClure. 5 is Close Enough, Billy Davis. 6 is Muskie Man, Trevor Henry. And 7 is Northern Drifter. The driver is Keith Jones. Gate off the turn and into the stretch. Here they come. Qualifier number 4. And off stride is number 5, Close Enough. The rest of them are off and trotting with Muskie Man, the first one ahead. On the outside, that's Northern Drifter, who will also get into the forward mix, along with Fleetwood Mac in behind to get away in third. In front of Royal Moon in fourth, 2 lengths back to Nightingale, and then resetting after that break at the start. That is Close Enough, who is going to catch on up. So out to the lead from the outside starting spot, that was Northern Drifter, and this 3-year-old muscle mass colt is clear by about 4 lengths coming to the opening panel. The opening quarter was up in 30 and 4, and it's Northern Drifter who is on the lead. Northern Drifter on top here, a loose advantage of 6 lengths. Back in second, that is Muskie Man, 2 lengths going back to Fleetwood Mac in third. Another few lengths then to Royal Moon, who is in fourth, and then 2.5 lengths back to Nightingale, and the gap is about 9 or 10 lengths going back to the trailer. Close Enough. So nothing's changing in terms of their order of position here in the second quarter. Northern Drifter still all alone on the lead and is by the half in a minute and a fifth. That second quarter was trotted in 29 and 2. Northern Drifter, the lead, now down to about 4 lengths as a Muskie Man has been chasing in second, a couple lengths back to Fleetwood Mac in third, then about 4 or 5 lengths to Royal Moon, who is in fifth. That one is being followed then by Nightingale, and then it's back to the early breaker, Close Enough, as they approach 3 quarters. It's now a 3-length lead and getting closer on the leader. Northern Drifter will see some company likely in the stretch as Muskie Man, and then back in third, that is Fleetwood Mac, 129 and 4 with the 3-quarter time, and as they're into the lane, it's still Northern Drifter. Muskie Man hasn't gotten any closer here now, and Fleetwood Mac on the outside trying to overtake that one for second. Nightingale's turning in a good final quarter now, moving up into fourth, but they're not going to touch Northern Drifter. It's Northern Drifter almost to the wire, a little leg weary late. Maybe they will touch, as here comes Fleetwood Mac on the outside, but Northern Drifter holds on. Fleetwood Mac didn't miss by much, was second, and then Nightingale with that good final quarter was third. The time, 2:01 and 3. Up next is the fifth qualifier, scratch number 5, Wicked Move. So it'll be a field of 5 to line up here. We have 3-year-old pacers. The 1 is Roman Gladiator with Billy Davis. 2 is 5-star Lou, James McDonald. 3 is Parlay King, Chris Matthews. 4 is Stay Longer, Doug McNair. And then number 6 will be Blazing Cruiser, Todd Ratchford drives. The gate swings into the stretch. Here they come, qualifier number 5. And they're off and pacing, and Stay Longer is just charging out of there and goes out to the lead, has to contend with Blazing Cruiser. Meanwhile, the other 3 are in behind, and they're trying to get sorted out, as it's Parlay King, who will get up into 3rd to step in front of the rail starter Roman Gladiator 4th, and then going back to 5-star Lou. Blazing Cruiser will touch down on the lead before they hit the turn, so it's Blazing Cruiser out in front, and that'll put Stay Longer right there in 2nd, while Parlay King, his stablemate, is there 3rd. They're by the opening panel in 30-1. The leader here, as they'll move to the backstretch, is Blazing Cruiser. This 3-year-old gelded son of Sweet Lou is up top by 2 lengths. 2nd is Stay Longer. Parlay King is there in 3rd. 4th is Roman Gladiator, and 5th is 5-star Lou. They move up the backstretch. 3/8 of the mile now contested, and it is Blazing Cruiser by a pair. 2nd is Stay Longer, 2 lengths going back to Parlay King 3rd, and it's still Roman Gladiator and 5-star Lou as they come by the half. 30-1 was the opening quarter. The half was hit in a time of 1 minute and 4/5. And Blazing Cruiser had things there going 30-3 in the 2nd quarter. Blazing Cruiser up front. Stay Longer, the son of Stay Hungry, right in behind 2nd. Parlay King, that son of Better Delight, is in 3rd. Then Roman Gladiator, the son of Sports Writer, is 4th. And the final one is the Dancing Lou son, 5-star Lou, as it's about 6 lengths separating them from front to back. And this field of 5 is coming to 3/4. Blazing Cruiser is by that marker in 1:30-2. And they will step for home now. Blazing Cruiser, Stay Longer, has been 2nd throughout. Parlay King is moving to the outside. Blazing Cruiser with the lead. Up the rail will come Stay Longer. Parlay King is in pursuit. Roman Gladiator is following that rail lane, and so too is 5-star Lou. Stay Longer overtaking Blazing Cruiser, who tries to battle on back. Stay Longer and Blazing Cruiser. Blazing Cruiser on the outside a little bit more, and Blazing Cruiser coming back on takes it. Stay Longer was 2nd. Then it was Roman Gladiator, Parlay King, and 5-star Lou. The time was 2:01. The starting gate now rolling. It's qualifier number 6 on this Monday morning. Scratch number 6. Willie's home run, so it'll be a group of 6 from the inside out. 1 is Crystal Baller, Tyler Jones. 2 is Spitfire Overseas, Jody Jameson. 3 is Jamon, Bob McClure. The 4, Quebec Hanover, Louis Waugh. 5 is Amigo Volo, James McDonald. And number 7 is Logan Park, the driver, Doug McNair. Older trotters for qualifier number 6 as the gate comes off the turn into the stretch. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Quebec Hanover leaving alertly along with Logan Park on the outside as Amigo Volo ducks in behind them. Bit of a scramble for those inside 3. Slicing on through is Spitfire Overseas, Crystal Baller, and then Jamon. To the front went Quebec Hanover, and Logan Park lands in second. Racing third is Spitfire Overseas as Amigo Volo takes a seat in 4th. In front of Crystal Baller 5th, and then Jamon is 6th. The opening quarter was 29-4, and it is Quebec Hanover up front. So Quebec Hanover leading it by almost 2 lengths as Logan Park, the O'Brien Award winner, in his season debut qualifier, is racing in 2nd. Spitfire Overseas is there in 3rd. Amigo Volo trotting along in 4th, tracked by Crystal Baller in 5th, and off stride at the back went Jamon. So as they move towards the midway point after an opening quarter of 29-4, Quebec Hanover is by the half in 59-3. Once again, that was 29-4 in the second quarter. And now on to the far turn. Quebec Hanover is the leader, a 9-time winner last year, already has a win this season. Quebec Hanover up top as Logan Park got to follow along here in 2nd in that debut for 2025. He is followed closely by Spitfire Overseas, Amigo Volo. The multiple Breeders' Crown winner is back there in 4th, and Crystal Baller 5th. 3 quarters was 128-4 to the top of the stretch. And it's Quebec Hanover who's brought them to the head of the lane. On the outside of Spitfire Overseas, Logan Park stays right in behind the leader, is right on the helmet, and then that one is being followed by Amigo Volo. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. Quebec Hanover with the lead. Spitfire Overseas on the outside. Logan Park's got rail room now and is looking to come on by, and here's Logan Park up the inside. Logan Park, Quebec Hanover. Logan Park will take it. Wins it by a head. Finishing in 2nd, Quebec Hanover. Then in 3rd, Spitfire Overseas. Amigo Volo was 4th. The time for the mile was 1:57-2. Seventh qualifier this morning as we resume with today's action. Set to go, 3-year-old Pacers. A field of 6. And they're off and pacing. The Lies We Tell from the outside is the quickest away. Getting away in second is Wicked Jenny. Stylish Stella is at the inside third as Cobra Kate gets away in fourth in front of Rockabye Baby, and then from the rail, Tempting to the first turn. And Ready to Rock was The Lies We Tell, as this 3-year-old daughter of Better's Delight is clear by about 5 lengths heading to the opening quarter. Wicked Jenny in second, third is Stylish Stella, as they go by the opening quarter in 29 and 2. So it's all The Lies We Tell here, as they're straightening into the backstretch, on top by about 7, nearly 8 lengths. Second is Wicked Jenny, then third is Stylish Stella. Fourth up the backstretch is the debuting Cobra Kate. Moving to the outside, Rockabye Baby, and another debuter, Tempting, is the last one as they march towards the half. The Lies We Tell, still with that clear lead of nearly double digits off the 29 and 2 opener, races by the midway point in 59 seconds flat. The Lies We Tell, leading it here for Damian McClellan. Back in second is Wicked Jenny. On the outside, that is Rockabye Baby. That one now goes off stride. Racing in third is Stylish Stella. Here to the outside comes Cobra Kate, and Tempting is moved back into fifth. They have not been anywhere close to The Lies We Tell since the word go, and this 3-year-old filly approaches 3/4 on top by 8 lengths. A move here in the third quarter from Cobra Kate, who's advanced up a couple of spots, 128 and 2 for 3/4. The Lies We Tell is trying to go the distance. Cobra Kate is on the outside looking to get into second as Wicked Jenny tries to hold on to that spot. Stylish Stella will contest for that position as they come to the 8th pole. It's The Lies We Tell. Stylish Stella now into second. The battle is on for third between Wicked Jenny and Cobra Kate, but coming to the edge of the tote board, The Lies We Tell all the way. Finishing second was Stylish Stella. Cobra Kate was third, and Wicked Jenny fourth, 157 and 3. Next up is qualifier number 8, 3-year-old trotters. To go forward here, scratch the 5, fast snap. 1 is Talia Seelster with James McDonald. 2 is Trophy Wife, Todd Ratchford. 3 is Mike's Tony. Phil Houdon, the 4. She's a Manalishi, Lyle MacArthur. 5 is out. 6 is Ungawa, Paul McDonnell. And 7 is Checkmaster, Trevor Henry. Number 1, Talia Seelster's off stride. The others on gate. Here they come for the 8th. And they're off and trotting, and it's going to be She's a Manalishi down the middle. To the outside, that is Checkmaster, and to the inside is Trophy Wife. Getting away in 4th is Mike's Tony. Ungawa got away then 5th, and then back to the early breaker. Talia Seelster will round things out. Checkmaster is going to come around here and will grab the top position for Trevor Henry. So it'll be Checkmaster out to the lead. That'll put She's a Manalishi into 2nd. Off stride went Trophy Wife while racing in 3rd. So moving up will be Mike's Tony, and so too does Ungawa. 33-1 was the opening quarter, and they were really contesting with a pretty strong headwind there through that opening panel. So the wind is now at their backs as they move into this 2nd quarter, and we get a change up front as She's a Manalishi trying to come around on Checkmaster. Ungawa is now moving on the outside into 3rd, while Mike's Tony is in 4th. Looking to catch back up is Trophy Wife, who's only about 5 lengths from the pack, and then it's probably another 10 lengths going back to Talia Seelster. Lots of activity here in this 2nd quarter now. Ungawa is making it up to the lead. 1:05.1 was the half-mile time. So the new leader becomes Ungawa as this green shoe 3-year-old colt, first qualifier of his career, is up on the lead by 2 lengths. 2nd is She's a Manalishi. Then in 3rd, that is Checkmaster. Off stride went Mike's Tony. Trophy Wife is now back into 4th. Off stride went Checkmaster while racing in 3rd. So that's going to leave 2 of them here to sort things out as they come to 3 quarters. And it is Ungawa there in 1:34.1. So they went 29 seconds in the 3rd quarter. They turn for home, and again, now the wind hitting them in their face, and it's Ungawa with the lead. She's a Manalishi is in 2nd, then back to Trophy Wife, who is in 3rd. Ungawa, with less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, is getting a little more separation here late on She's a Manalishi, and Ungawa is about set to win his qualifying debut. He's going to take it, finishing in 2nd. She's a Manalishi. Then we'll be back to Trophy Wife. The time, 2:05 flat. Getting set to go now for qualifier number 9. Horses are on the gate. Take out the number 1. So inside out, it's Marie H., Resolve in Need, Man Force, Captain Suzuki, and LMC Wagon Wheel. Here they come for the 9th. And they're off and trotting. Captain Suzuki getting the first call as Captain Suzuki is going to trot out to the early advantage. Resolve Indeed, able to come between rivals to get away second. Here on the outside is Man Force. To that one's left is Marie H. And then back to LMC Wagon Wheel. So they're heading into the first turn, and it's the Muscle Mass son, Captain Suzuki, up front for McNair. While in second, that is Resolve Indeed. Third is Marie H. as Man Force drops back into fourth, 2 lengths in front of LMC Wagon Wheel. 30 seconds flat was the opening quarter. So the trotters are set up as they move to the backstretch, and it's Captain Suzuki up front. 1 for 9 in his rookie season, did have 6 top 3 finishes. Meanwhile, in second is Resolve Indeed, as that one tracks closely right on the leader's back. Looking to close the gap in third is Marie H. Then in fourth is Man Force, and fifth is LMC Wagon Wheel. No change in order as they come up to the half. The half was hit in a minute and 3/5, and it continues to be Captain Suzuki the leader. They're heading on to the far turn, and this field of 5 is only separated by about 6 lengths as they're tightly packed entering the far bend. Captain Suzuki from Resolve Indeed, Marie H. in third, Man Force in fourth, and fifth is LMC Wagon Wheel as they're midway around the far turn. Captain Suzuki in his season debut, Resolve Indeed, right on that one's helmet. Third remains Marie H. Then in fourth is Man Force, followed by LMC Wagon Wheel. 3/4 was 1:30-1, and they come to the top of the stretch. And it is Captain Suzuki still from Resolve Indeed. Marie H. third. Man Force stays in that line fourth. The only one to the outside has been LMC Wagon Wheel. 1/8 of a mile remains. Captain Suzuki, Resolve Indeed, now tips off the helmet here for the final 16th push. Captain Suzuki, Resolve Indeed on the outside looking to get on by, and it will be Resolve Indeed to go by and win by 3 parts of a length. Captain Suzuki, then it was LMC Wagon Wheel, Man Force, and Marie H. The time was 2 minutes and 2/5. Qualifier number 10. 3-year-olds on the pace. Take out the 2 and the 3. We have Spoiled Beauty with Doug McNair. 4 is Chillin' on the Beach, Trevor Henry. 5, She Prefers Gin, Billy Davis. 6, My Gelato, Tyler Jones. And 7, Catch My Passion, James McDonald. Here they come for the 10th. And they're off and pacing. Spoiled Beauty at the inside, coming away with the early lead. She Prefers Gin, able to duck in behind quickly on the leader's back. Got away in second, as My Gelato then follows that lane and drops in third. Going back to Chillin' on the Beach in fourth, and Catch My Passion is in fifth. They're heading into the first turn. Spoiled Beauty is up front here, and this regally bred daughter of Captain Treacherous has the top spot heading to the opening quarter. From She Prefers Gin second, the opening panel was 29-2. So it is Spoiled Beauty who has the lead moving into the backstretch. This is her season debut, and she leads it by a little more than a length and a half. She Prefers Gin, another debuter for 2025, is there in second, from My Gelato in third. Then to Chillin' on the Beach in fourth, and rounding things out is Catch My Passion. So this field of 5, they're all qualifying for the first time this season, and they're single file coming up to the half. After a 29-2 opener, Spoiled Beauty was by the half in 1:01, so they backed things down significantly there in that second split and head on to the far turn. Spoiled Beauty from She Prefers Gin. My Gelato, it's there in third. 2 lengths back to Chillin' on the Beach in fourth, and fifth is Catch My Passion. No change. They're halfway around the far turn. Spoiled Beauty still out in front from She Prefers Gin. My Gelato now comes off the wood there in third. They're by 3/4 in a time of 1:30-3, 29-3 third quarter. Spoiled Beauty at the head of the lane. Here's My Gelato on the outside. She Prefers Gin's been on the leader's back. Then we go to the final pair as they battle on for fourth. That is Chillin' on the Beach and Catch My Passion. Spoiled Beauty is about to go gate to wire. A late push from She Prefers Gin up the rail. Spoiled Beauty, She Prefers Gin. Spoiled Beauty held on. She Prefers Gin was second, and then third, My Gelato, 158-4. Qualifier number 11, a field of 8 getting set to go. We're on the trot here. 1 is Perfect Angel with Jody Jameson. The 2 looks like a muscle, Tyler Jones. 3, Caballero, James McDonald. 4, My Friend Jose, Billy Davis. The 5, Mastercraft, Trevor Henry. 6 is Ghostly Casper with Tyler Borth. 7 is Royalty Beer, Sam Filion. And 8 is Cold Snaps with Louis Waugh. Here they come, qualifier number 11. They're off and trotting. We got a pair of them that are pushing ahead in Mastercraft and Ghostly Casper. Away from the rail was Perfect Angel with Caballero on the outside. The others are looking to line up and looks like a muscle. My Friend Jose, Royalty Beer, and Cold Snaps. Ghostly Casper to the top. Second qualifier of the season for Ghostly Casper. And in this second go around is going to show the way. Racing in second is Mastercraft, while Perfect Angel's there in third and Caballero is in fourth. The opening quarter's up in 30 seconds even. So it's Ghostly Casper and Tyler Borth as they straighten into the backstretch. The career winner of nearly $800,000 is up top now. Second is Mastercraft, then back in third is Perfect Angel. Caballero is in fourth. Looks like a muscle is fifth. Gap of 6 or so going back to My Friend Jose in seventh. And then racing in the second from last spot is Royalty Beer, and Cold Snaps rounds things out. The field of 8 is approaching the half. It's Ghostly Casper with a lead of a length and a half and is by the half in 59 and 1. A second quarter trotted in 29 and 1. Ghostly Casper onto the far turn. Mastercraft still there second. Perfect Angel, she's racing in third. Fourth is Caballero. Fifth is looks like a muscle. Gap of 4 or so lengths back to My Friend Jose. Then it's Royalty Beer and Cold Snaps is at the back. In mid-pack, looks like a muscle is the first to move to the outside. Off stride in third went Perfect Angel. She made a break and is taken down into the safety lane. So it's Ghostly Casper by 2 up front. Three-quarter time, 1:28 flat, 28 and 4 in the third. Ghostly Casper swings them for home. Mastercraft has been second throughout. Caballero is currently in third. On the far outside comes Royalty Beer now into fourth from looks like a muscle in fifth. As we move to the final 16th of the mile, Ghostly Casper, second qualifier of the season. This one's going to be a winning one with a good gate-to-wire effort. Going to win it going away by 5. And finishing in second was Mastercraft. Third was Royalty Beer. Caballero was fourth, 1:57 and 2. Qualifier number 12, set to go. 3-year-olds and up on the pace. And they're off and pacing. It's Torque Delight who follows the car out of there with some early speed. Is SOS Sports Bet. Down to the inside to Harbor Light Jimmy. On the outside is Ideal Beachwear. Then going to Diesel Dally. And Moon Lover Bovino is the last as they head to the first turn. The field of 6 is being fronted here by Torque Delight. And Torque Delight is up top by about 3. So they drive into that first bend. SOS Sports Bet is in second. They're in third. Ideal Beachwear finds that landing spot in front of Harbor Light Jimmy. Then going to Diesel Dally and Moon Lover Bovino. 30 seconds flat was the opening panel. So off that 30-second opener, Torque Delight has a loose lead of about 3.5 lengths as SOS Sports Bet's going to get a bit closer here as they move up the backside. Gap of 4, then back to Ideal Beachwear, who is in third. 2 lengths back to Harbor Light Jimmy in fourth. Diesel Dally is fifth, and another few lengths to Moon Lover Bovino, but it is Torque Delight with the lead. This son of Better's Delight is going to show the way past the half from SOS Sports Bet. 59 and 2 was the half-mile clocking. So it's the Better's Delight sons who are 1-2. Meanwhile, Ideal Beachwear stays there in third. From the back, Moon Lover Bovino is quickly advancing now, and that one has moved all the way up into third, about to move into second, and is going to come right up to confront the leader, Torque Delight. So Moon Lover Bovino with a big final turn move here, coming up to take the lead from Torque Delight. Then it is SOS Sports Bet third. To that one's outside is Ideal Beachwear. Going back to Harbor Light Jimmy and Diesel Dally. 129 was the 3/4 clocking, and into the stretch, Moon Lover Bovino was making that big move and shows the way down the lane, trying to close this one out. Far outside is Ideal Beachwear. Battling on for third is SOS Sports Bet and the early leader, Torque Delight. 16th to go. Moon Lover Bovino still leading it by about 2. Getting a bit closer is Ideal Beachwear on the outside, but the wire's coming up now. Moon Lover Bovino to take it. Ideal Beachwear was second, Torque Delight was third, and SOS Sports Bet fourth, 158 and 2. Final qualifier for today. This is qualifier number 13. They are lining up. Take out the number 2. Inside out, it's Captain Chloe, Kit Kat, Gooseberry, TJ Bliss, Dear Abby, and My Tide. And they're off in pacing in qualifier 13. My Tide, Dear Abby, leaving out there alertly, along with Gooseberry. To the inside is Kit Kat. Then we go back to TJ Bliss and Captain Chloe. So a battle on up front here as My Tide will look to get around on Dear Abby. Meanwhile, Gooseberry gets to watch them from in third. Kit Kat is racing in fourth as they hit the first turn. TJ Bliss second from last. And the trailer is Captain Chloe. My Tide did make it to the lead, crosses over before the opening quarter, which was up in 29 seconds flat. So it is My Tide up front by 2. Second is Dear Abby. Third then is Gooseberry. Racing in fourth is Kit Kat. Fifth up the backstretch is TJ Bliss, and it's a couple lengths back to Captain Chloe, who races in sixth. 3/8 of the mile in the books. The wind at their backs as they march towards the midway point. My Tide, this 3-year-old daughter of McWicked, is leading it by a length and a half from Dear Abby in second, while Gooseberry is racing in third. They go by the half in a time of 1 minute and 4/5, 31-4 in the second quarter. My Tide leading the charge. Second is Dear Abby. Continuing to race along in third is Gooseberry. Fourth is Kit Kat, a couple of lengths back to TJ Bliss in fifth. 2 more lengths to Captain Chloe in sixth. So no change in order. 5/8 of the mile now in the books. My Tide has been the leader throughout. Dear Abby getting a 2-hole trip. 2 lengths then to Gooseberry, who is in third. Fourth continues to be Kit Kat from TJ Bliss and Captain Chloe as they're by 3/4 in 1:30-2. 29-3. Third split. Top of the stretch here. My Tide trying to get some separation now as she's trying to kick clear on rival Dear Abby. It's My Tide drifting out a little bit, still with the lead. Dear Abby's got a couple lengths to make up and is approaching. In behind then is Gooseberry. On the outside is Kit Kat as there's an 1/8 of a mile to go. It's still My Tide with the lead. Dear Abby still a length and a half, 2 lengths away. Coming through is Gooseberry. It is My Tide to take it. Gooseberry got second. Finishing in third was Dear Abby. Fourth was Kit Kat. Then back to Captain Chloe and TJ Bliss. 2 minutes flat the final time.